Hey everyone, Once Bitten here with another Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report. This is my 100th YouTube battle report, and so we thought we would do something a little bit different, and we had something of a mega battle. We had High Elves and Bretonnians fighting against the Warriors and Demons of Chaos. Each army had 3,000 points, so that's 6,000 points aside, and thought we would just try to throw this together and practice with rules for some bigger games. So one thing we did was we decided that we didn't want to just line up across from each other and fight because there'd be a tendency for to put all the Bretonnians together, all the High Elves together, and same with the other side. And it would just be really two separate games going on at the same time. So to try to force some integration, what we did was we have this assembled board that's 4 feet by 10 feet, and it's in 2-foot sections. And so there were 5 sections of 2 feet each along your deployment zone. So you had to roll a die, and on a 1 through 5, you had to place that unit in whichever zone that was in, from left to right. And then if you rolled a 6, you could choose. So we did that, and that was intended just to kind of force us to integrate a little bit. And then we changed the rules for magic phase so that we rolled 3d6, and the dispelling player got the highest 2d6, which at the end of it I don't think was a great solution. So starting with the deployment, the first thing you probably will notice is that our opponents really had some awful luck with their deployment. These 2 big Chaos Warrior blocks, which is really the core of the Warriors' army, they're all alone on our far right flank, and almost the whole Demon army is on the very far left flank. So wonderful for us, and just really bad for them. So I'm going to give an overview of the board and then go closer by the units. But there's the far right. This is what the middle looks like, kind of towards the left, and this is the left side. So this is starting on our far left flank. He's got some Seekers there with the Herald. Every unit he has a Herald in it. So some Seekers, there's a Warriors of Chaos spawn, Demonettes, and then just moving to the right, there's some more Seekers. They're the Spider Rider looking things. Some more Demonettes. I forget what those 2 things are called there in the middle. They're basically ogre stats. He's got the Warriors of Chaos chariot, and in front of it is the general of the Demon army, and this guy is just tough as nails. 6 attacks, re-rolling everything. Strength 7 or strength 6 armor piercing, just nasty. And then every wound he does in combat, he gets to heal himself, so very tough to kill. Anyway, more Demonettes. There's the famous Marauder unit in drag, and there's a Exalted Hero with them. He's got some Chaos Knights with an Exalted. It looks like he's on a Juggernaut, but actually that's just a regular Chaos Steed. There's a Spellcaster in the tower. There's another Chaos Chariot. 2 more of those things I don't know the name of. Chaos Spawn, some Fast Cab, and then the 2 Warrior blocks. He's got a Battle Standard Bearer that makes every unit within 6 inches stubborn, and some little other things there too. So like I said, they were really spread out. So this is a picture from the far right edge. So we've got, he vanguarded these, he had Seekers on the far right, so he vanguarded them up a little bit. And of course we've got some White Lions, and this build is interesting. He's got a Battle Standard Bearer, and I don't remember what magic items he has, but then he's got his Prince, and he's designed to be a tank. He's very hard to kill. He's got a 1 or 2 up rerollable and a 4 up ward save. Crown of Command makes him stubborn 10. And near that Battle Standard Bearer, it means you're probably not going to hurt him, and he's probably not going to break. So that's what that unit is. Obviously my Trebuchet, he's got some Sword Masters there. Lower left-hand corner, he's got a level 4 caster with the, I think the staff that we steal 1 of their power dice every turn, added to our Dispel pool. I brought out the Grail Relique for this battle. There's some Pegasus Knights up there. And this is all the craziness. We rolled everything in this one block, and so the reason my Knights are turned to the side is because I couldn't fit them. We literally couldn't fit our units in. So we've got small unit of bowmen in the ruins there, big block of men-at-arms, Knights errant in the river, some more bowmen in front of that wall, questing Knights, there's an eagle, there's my big Knight of the Realm unit at the bottom. They have my Battle Standard Bearer with them. Then in the next zone I've got my 8 Grail Knights with a level 4 caster, and I decided to take Lore of Heavens just for the fun of it. Then we've got some Spearmen, another Eagle, White Lion Chariot, Dragon Princes with no command, another Trebuchet. You see my Peg Knights up front, and for the first time ever, I actually brought a standard with the Pegasus Knights just for the fun of it. Some more archers. I've brought my Monster Killer Lord, and when he rolled all by himself in that quadrant, I just put him on the right side. He's just going to fly to get near the rest of my troops. Another Eagle, and then these Spearmen had to go over here, and so my opponent decided very wisely just to put him in the far back corner so that if they wanted to come get him, they would have to really come out of their way and, for the most part, take themselves out of the game. So we go bad guys turn 1. They're in the far right. His Seekers use their fast cav rule and go all the way past us and behind us, which I thought was a very smart move. I certainly didn't see it coming. He couldn't get far enough. It looks like there's only 2 left. There's 3 between them, but they just won't stay there. He couldn't get far enough to get out of line of sight of that Tyrannic chariot. So really he's just saying, you know, come get me with the chariot, and if we win, then we take care of him, and if we lose, he's going to take care of my Trebuchet and be behind our lines. Otherwise, he just moves up. I mean, what else is he going to do? Here it's funny. He put his general right in front of my Peg Knights, and I promise you, there's not a chance in hell I'm gonna charge that guy with my Knights. And just moves up. So we go good guys turn 1. That first turn really didn't take too awful long. Nothing happened with the magic, and I would say for the whole game, maybe 2 or 3 magic spells went off the whole time. Very few of them impactful. Just the way we had the dice set up made it such that the defending player always had about as many dice as the casting player, and just no spells really got off. So there's just an overview of the right side of the board. I'll go through it in more detail in just a minute. Overview of the middle. And this is the far right. So the Tyrannic chariot obviously made the charge into the Seekers. I actually kind of like the odds there. Now here what he did I thought was just brilliant. He took his characters out of the White Lion unit. He parked his prince right in front of the Nurgle unit of Warriors of Chaos, and he's basically saying, you know what, on your turn, charge me, and I'm just going to sit here and hold you up until I'm ready to deal with you. And I thought that was absolutely brilliant. Took his Battle Standard Bearer, put them with the Sword Masters, moved them up so that the other Warriors of Chaos unit really has nothing to do but to charge them. And this was kind of funny, that the conversation going on between he and I when this is happening, because I'm saying, ooh, Warriors of Chaos really scare me. What can I do to help out? And he's just literally just brushing it off, saying, don't worry about me. My Sword Masters will do just fine. And I'm saying, are you sure? And I don't think so. And he's like, trust me. And so I'm like, okay. So obviously I have a very healthy respect for Warriors of Chaos, and my ally has very healthy respect for Sword Masters. So we'll see how that turns out. The White Lions, he just moved into the woods. I thought, again, was a very smart move. Knowing that his prince is going to hold that unit up, it buys him time to move his White Lions around and put him in the flank of that unit. My Pegasus Knights tried to charge the chariot and failed it, so that's why they're parked right there, just kind of blocking the way. Now with this one, my Knights Errant unit was really far away from this chariot. He did not pull his chariot up so far to make that an easy charge, and I didn't want to have a failed charge, so I tried to restrain, and even with the reroll, I was unable to restrain. So they were forced to charge, and then when I rolled an 11. So I didn't want to do it, and it ended up, being obviously very, very favorable. So my lines here are jumbled. I was able to bring my Knight of the Realm unit and at least get them facing forward instead of facing to the side. And in order to do it, I actually had to kind of swing the back end off the table. I ended up on the table, but I had to swing them off the table to make that move, and our opponents were very generous about that, because it was just silly. Otherwise, we really couldn't fit our units there. So park the Eagles in front of this unit. Really just want to keep them tied up as long as possible. Otherwise, we're just kind of hanging back. Everybody's afraid of that general. And my Peg Knights charge this other chariot. This is the chariot that's in the middle of the board. And my general, I just went ahead and charged this unit in the side. I wasn't really worried about being countercharged. He didn't have anything that could countercharge me, and there, I'm, no hurry to get anywhere necessarily. So I just charged these guys. And this is the far left of the board. The High Elves, the Spear Elves, declared a charge and made it into these guys. I think that's really about as good odds as we could hope for with those guys.